Okay. Um, so I just want to explain I guess briefly explain the function protocol and the stack. So if you remember, the stack is portion of memory of your program or from your program used to hold variable data, temporary variables and stuff. So I didn't put the sub instruction. If you remember from the last video, there was the sub ESP 0x16, which allocated 22 bytes in the stack. I did not put that here, but you can just pretend like this is 22 bytes allocated here, right? So if you see EBP and then you see RBP, like just if you see RBP, immediately assume I mean EBP because EBP is a 32-bit representation. So I'll just go with E because it's easier and it's more known. But literally you can interpret it as RBP. No difference. Just 64-bit, 32-bit, right? So push EBP pushes the old value of EBP onto the stack, right? Move ESP into EBP, right? So this moves. So right now, ESP points to the top of the stack, so that's old EBP. The return address, just pretend like that's not there, but that's there. That's really there on the stack. But so the so ESP currently points at um, the first thing that's pushed onto the stack. So we're moving that value into our base pointer. So now our base pointer is essentially here, right? Because we push EBP. This is the old value of EBP, wherever it was being used in our program. It's not important, right? ESP. So ESP, top of the stack value, put into EBP. So now EBP is pointing here. So now both EBP and ESP essentially hold the same value at the beginning of our function stack program, at least, right? So int a is obviously the first variable that we use in our program, if you remember from the last video. Int a is equal to 5. Here I just put int a, right? But you can pretend like this is int a equals 5. So int a would be the first, would inhabit inhabit the first allocated 4 bytes of our stack frame, right? So move d word pointer EBP, right, minus 4 bytes. So essentially, we're going down one space. We are accessing that first empty space in our program. What if this was EBP minus 0x8, right? We would go down here to the second empty space. And I will show that in the next video of 2 variables. But right now we're only working with one. So move, so we go down from where EBP is, down 4 bytes. We access that first empty space and we move the value 5 in there. So now this space would hold 5. Um, so I hope that this isn't like a deep dive into the stack. This isn't even correct 100%. I just want to explain EBP offset. So what happens is all the EBP is pushed up. The value of ESP, which is the top of the stack, where the last thing pushed onto the stack is moved into EBP, and then any subtraction from EBP is directly to the local variable spaces, the allocated space for our function frame, or sorry, stack frame. What the fuck?